Hello and welcome everyone to this wonderful program named Reflections, where we listen to stories that recharge and rejuvenate us. And today we have a wonderful speaker all the way from South America, Francis, at the Brahma Kumaris Retreat Center in the state of São Paulo in Brazil, in South America. And the title of the story that he would be sharing with us today is Courage to Be Yourself. Francis shares his experience about taking a step of courage and following his intuition while facing a situation where you know that you do want to move forward, though the path ahead is unknown. So, how did that feel? What was the situation? And, you know, what was the courage that he took? So, without any further ado, a very hearty welcome, Brother Francis. And it's over to you to share your story with us today. Welcome once again.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Lata. Thanks for the invitation, for the opportunity. For me, it's amazing whenever I spend time talking about something more, deep, comparing with so much content that's available in the world. So, one thing that's important nowadays for any person, it doesn't matter in terms of nationality, which profession, age. I really think that one element that we need among many others, right? We need a lot of small things, virtues, qualities, understanding. But I think the act of being courageous, to have courage, it's very essential nowadays. And one of example is like when you asked me to be here, and when I told you that my English is not good enough, right? And you gave me so much inspiration. I said, why not? Because I only can improve, I only can move forward if I accept some challenge. Of course, it's an adverse situation because I'm not in my regular environment, on my own language. But I said, yes, I have courage. So why not? So let me accept. So this leads me also a feeling of gratitude. So a feeling of thanks, Lata, because you are the one that made me remind and put in practice this virtue. So it's amazing how with one single situation, there are a lot of opportunities, but it's all up to us, the right consciousness that we have, how I read that situation, and how my state of mind really can make a difference. I could say no, I could give some excuse, but not. I said, okay, let's try, let's accept. So I start experiencing this topic even before thinking about it. So, but everyone, all of us for sure, in during our life, in our journey, there will be even little events or small situation, could be a big situation that life will come with a big sign and say, you need courage, you need to decide, you need to do something. But for me, the most, let's say, challenge situation that really, really I felt I had that courage, but that courage was kind of something that I was not alone. I had that help. Felt that energy that really pushed me or gave me, um, let's say, power to move forward. So it was very interesting, and one of them was really when I had one situation that I really had a burnout. I, like you said, I come from, like, this engineering background. I always had this analytical and mind. I never imagined to be here talking about spirituality or talking about the human values, even though I consider myself to be a very social person. In Brazil, we get together easy with everyone, but really going deeper and, exploring really more deep myself, I never imagined, you know. So I felt that at that time, I really had one of my biggest challenges of my life, which I really had the opportunity to, reach in a place or in a position which I always desired to. When you are a student, and if someone asks you what you'd like to be or what you'd like to work with, and then which place you'd like to work, what you'd like to do in your life, if you have enough money, if you have enough time, you reach that. I was around 30 years old. I had a very nice job, very nice family. Brazil, it's a very nice place, even though there are problems. But I was kind of empty inside. I was not happy. I was not like free, you know? So I had this, what I learned a few months later, identity crisis, let's say. It was really a time that I was not seeing light. I was really down, and I was questioning myself, what's going on? You have everything, and with your friends, those who are close, and then they said, but why you have everything? Why you are sad, or why you are feeling uncomfortable? And then I said, I don't know, I need to find out, right? So I started looking for understanding. And then I came to this spiritual knowledge. I came to the word of the meditation, and really try not only understand what how things works. I used to spend hours understanding how a cell phone works, how the communication through earth with satellites works, science, physics, all this that is available. And then I realized it, but I am giving time and energy to understand myself. So that was the starting point. And at that time, I really had to make a decision, which really was for me one experience of courage, which was really trying to be myself, kind of separate all the support that I had at time, because in a certain way, we use support of what we do or how we project to the world, your profession, whatever, people around you. But then I said, what is my main support? what is gonna happen if one day I, don't have the same conditions. So I start realizing that a lot of things that we are living is temporary. Like my job is temporary, my profession is temporary. I can study and um, work with some different aspect or different field. And then I said, no, but I really need to do something. And that time I felt that I had to really be myself, which means it will not give people maybe some nice experience, or let's say maybe you not get their approval, but in some culture, especially from which I had like the Catholic influence in my life, my family, which is very good. I think everyone nowadays needs to have, it doesn't matter, could be a religion, could be a spirituality, and even there is some studies nowadays that it's really important you believe that there is something higher, there is some other possibilities, which in times of difficulties you understand that there is something more than what we just see with these physical eyes. So this will include faith, it will include of course courage. So for me at that time really need to let go everything, so I had to make some changes in terms of decisions. So I had at that time said I need this time and space for me. So I let go many things. Now I know that I can do things differently, but it's a matter of consciousness. It's not a matter now if I'm not happy in my job, and even though I think it's good, I have to check myself. Is the reason of my experience of not being happy really myself, or it's the environment of that job? So now I have another aspect. And of course, if you really are sure your principles, your values are guiding you, you will make the right decisions. And I think that nowadays you can check, everyone can check. Are you leading your life based on your principles? What are they? You can ask, you can reflect, right? So, what are your main principles which you cannot negotiate with anyone, right? We do negotiate a lot, and but sometimes we do not consider our principles, our values. And when I understood that I am my identity, it's much more, you know, deeper than what I'm just projecting to the world, like my name, my profession, my nationality, a lot of things that is very limited. I had that feeling I want to move forward more and more. So I always try that experience and try to be courageous at any situation. So I would like to, that's why I'd like to bring this small example, right? But I think it was really real for me. Anyone, if you are facing a difficult situation, if you are having any challenge, really, really consider that adverse situation an opportunity for you to make you move forward, to make you become stronger, and at the end, to really show to life, to the world.
So thank you, Brother Francis, for sharing that experience you had. And the thing that you said, that it took a lot of courage for you to make the decision to step into spirituality, considering the situation you were in, and making that decision that that is what your true calling is, and not to uh, follow the crowd, just because everyone seems to be doing something else. That's a really beautiful thing. I'm sure there are many others out in the world there who are still maybe discussing and contemplating and making that decision. So that's a real inspiration. So after you took that step, like it's a decision that, okay, yes, I do want to go in that direction. Were there any moments on that journey as you proceeded, which kind of maybe brought back a little doubt at some point? Uh, was that a correct decision? And should I have done it? Doesn't seem to be easy, or anything of that sort that you had to go through? And if so, how did you deal with it, face it? Please share something about it.
Yes, that's very important. Like we need to have some like indicators, right? That like in the engineering field, you all have like KPIs and you try to monitor things. So you need to have an indication. Yes, sure. Because when you start organizing your life, and as we live in a world with instant let's say reward, everything now it's so quick, and sometimes we don't see or we don't expect that the result takes a little bit longer as we are expecting today. But yes, I did. And then now I what I use is like this principle, like which is very clear for me. My main principles are: really need to be honest with myself. My truth needs to be respected, and this means feeling as I am. So this was one of the main lessons from Brahma Kumaris. So who I am, right? So in terms of how do I feel myself? So if I take a decision that's gonna change my stage, you know, and trying to get that experience through outside, I can give an example. Uh, the being is very peaceful and stable. But when we lose that experience, I try to look for stability based on what I do, based on my position. So, of course, whenever you are entering a new perspective of your life, you will have sometimes like, oh, should I have done this or not? Some doubts. But again, faith, patience, to be patient, to really bring your connection with yourself, with the divine, and with the true. So this helps me to keep me in that direction.
Beautiful. So it's not about getting the result instantly, but it's having the faith that this is the true path, and eventually we will be victorious and we will be, reaching our destination, which we really want to. That's a beautiful way. Uh, were there any external situations, like, say, from the family or friends, trying to convince you to say, no, no, we are more experienced, and, some, how people say unneeded advice. So anything of that sort that happened, and
Oh,
how was
yes.
that?
There are many people, they think that they know you, right? And they have like a perfect plan for you. But at the end, they don't know even themselves. I don't know myself. How can they know what's better for me? How I can know it's better for them? So definitely, one example was when I took the decision. It was several changes that I had to do in my life. I was having a relationship. I was having one particular job. I was living in a specific city. So, but I realized that I really needed that some time for myself, you know. And once I organize myself, I can organize my life. So, for instance, when I changed my job, it took like nearly 2 years to me to start again within the same, let's say, environment or the same condition that I would like. Okay, it could take 4 years. It can take maybe months, but for sure, all transition has some space in the middle that you need to be patient. You need to give time. So it's not like just changing a TV channel, not changing, a website. So yes, if you look the signs, right, the indication, what is life is saying to you, and have patience, but again, asking you every day, how do you want to be? What do you want to experience? What are your principles? What are your main values? So this will help you to keep on track. So at least this is my experience. And again, how I do that? Regular study. Every day I read something very deep, which connect to myself, which connected about the being, how we work, how we are, how we manifestate, and also the meditation, which to give some time for my connection, silence. So this is something that I can stay without anything nowadays, even good food, but I cannot stay without eating these, let's say, positive thoughts and meditation. Anything else is a secondary aim.
That's beautiful. So it's like nourishing the internal self or the soul, as we say. So that has become a priority, and everything else, of course, is fine. That's beautiful. And as you rightly said, meditation is so important for you, and you have been practicing it for long duration, more than a decade. So I think our viewers will be happy to uh, have an experience themselves. So if you would be happy to speak a commentary for us and give a little glimpse of how we meditate and how we can practice it as well.
Sure.
Thank
Okay,
you.
it's very simple. Meditation is very simple. It's more like you really be yourself, right? So by a moment, by now, try to be really aware, aware about this time, this moment where you are. Put aside all the responsibilities, anything that you really need to deliver, need to do, relationship with others. But for a moment, try to experience who you really are. Feel that your essence, your foundation are based on qualities virtues, and experience each one of them. Like peace. Peace is my original nature. So let me spread peace to my body, everything around me. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna donate peace. Not only open your mind for a new perspective, a new understanding, but also open your heart and give the best on you. Your love, your happiness. So keeping that seed of self-respect stable, so I feel comfortable really being myself. Experience your eternity as a spiritual being. You are this eternal energy. So experience your eternity. Feel free, peace, and keep this experience from time to time. Whatever opportunity you have, 1 minute, just remember who you are, your true self, and bring that experience in your life, in your actions, in your interactions. Be the light you are. Spread vibrations of peace, happiness, and love. For this, I need really to be courageous, to have courage to be myself. So this experience you can practice for how long you want, wherever you are. Just give this opportunity to yourself. And slowly I come back. I'm ready to interact again, to keep doing and actions, but with a different perception, with a different state of mind, state of being. Om Shanti.
Thank you very much, Brother Francis. It's been wonderful listening to your experiences and also having this special meditation experience. I hope our viewers have got some insight into probably any confusion or dilemmas you may have or are going through, and have got an inspiration to step up, take a step of courage, and follow what your heart is calling you. So thank you once again, and we will be back with another interesting episode in a couple of weeks. If you would like to know more about the Brahma Kumaris in Australia, please do visit our website www.brahmakumaris.org.au. All the details of our programs, the addresses of our centers and retreat centers is all available there. So we hope to meet you at one of the locations at some point. So thank you very much once again, and Om Shanti. Take care.